Hello YouTube, we're actually going to have a recording this time because I'm not going to mess up the upload and get my computer to just delete the file. Awesome. Alright, let's get ourselves underway for the Norwegian Sea-Prix. Alrighty, going...
You don't mind if I...
Yeah, go ahead. Underway now.
I will start the Nicky Minardi on this side.
Dear, Golomi got into some trouble on turn 4 there. Big pile of cars behind the main pack, but it is 6Y, Nico Minardi, UR in the front. Mattima joining them to make a bit of a top 4 as we get through the penultimate corner there. Into that last hairpin, Rusky finding trouble with Saucy and Vlad, but looks like everyone's gotten through without too much trouble. It's Nico Minardi leading us away, UR and 6Y behind them. Figueroa is moved into P4. In front of him, Lolo Kata fighting with Mattima now. Remember that battle for the title positions is just, I think, 10.5 points entering this race. The gap between... Oh, big shove there! All 4 cars in that fight for P4. Just all going wide at the final corner. It's made an absolute breakaway for the top 3 now, as they are pretty much behaving really cleanly there. It leads Kato into 4th after starting in 14th. As we mentioned earlier, Saucy and Figueroa trying to fight him into that long left-hander, but it is an absolute chaotic pack right behind them.
Yeah,
oh my god,
start
huge
here for
shove
the
there.
championship leader.
Yeah, big recovery already for Kato. It'll definitely mean a lot that he doesn't lose too many points here. But yeah, that was a massive shove earlier between Rusky and Saucy that really dragged them down into the back half of the grid. Rusky making another mistake. He's all the way down in P16. But it is Nico Minardi leading us away. UR and 6Y following behind him. It is Kato in P4. He's breaking away a little bit from the next group of cars, putting on a personal best that last lap. Then it's the 2 Reich autos. Figueroa ahead of Mattima. Maybe. We'll have to see if Figueroa tries to play the team game here, because Mattima is in that fight for the title, and Kato is his main rival there. But Kata is also in that fight as well. He's sitting in P8. Kiato between him and the Riker Autos at the moment. Lololol in P9. Then it's Emery leading up a big pack behind him. Golomi and Saucy still fighting away for P11 right behind him. As they enter turn 4, Golomi gets a wide entry into the corner, but it looks like he's got a good exit. They're still side by side here. No, it's Golomi now trying to catch onto Emery, but no, it's not going to work out just yet, but he's still going to hold on to that position. Let's go back to the leaders for now. It is still Nico Minardi leading us away as we just enter the halfway point of the race. You are making a tiny bit of a mistake there, but I think he's still got the slipstream for now. What do you think about that, Nuno?
Yeah, very controlled race there from Minardi, just staying in the lead with drivers who are leading the slipstream, so he's in a very good position, as he has raced 1 year ago. In first round in Brazil, and he did pretty well, and now he's really looking for his first ever win in CL.
Yeah, he's definitely not a new person when it comes to the block, though he is, he has been gone for a while, but it's really nice to see him come back and, immediately perform like this. It definitely says a lot about that underlying pace he has. UR, though, trying to hold on to the slipstream for now. 6Y wanting both the drivers to make a bit of wanting to get going with it, but it should be pretty smooth sailing for the 3 in the top 3 at the moment. Kato just running away in P4 now. He is in a race of his own, long back from his title rival in Mattima behind him. Just to go over the immediate points tally, so the gap between Kato and Kata is 9 points, and then the gap between Kata and Mattima, the 2 fighting right now, is just 1.5. So it is an 11.5 gap between the top 3 as we have 6 races to go in this season. And it's looking like for now that there won't be too much of a difference between the 3 drivers. Kata is getting that fastest lap for extra point for fastest lap, which means that the damage for him in points compared to Kato will be pretty much negligible if it stays as it is. Figueroa just holding on to Matimar's slip as we're going to go back to leaders. It's still Nico Minardi, but 6Y is now into P2 ahead of UR. He's made that move. UR still trying to challenge around the inside, but just doesn't find the grip to hold on to make that move really stick. Just finishing now on lap 11. We've got 3 laps to go. And it's still tight between these top 3.
Yeah, the Illuminati is still staying very steady there, but we might potentially have Sexy Digger maybe attempting to go for the lead as we are approaching the final laps. Also, good recovery there from Kader. Looks like Figueres past Matimar there for P6, and now Mika Minardi with a mistake.
Yeah, he's made a bit of trouble on that penultimate corner. He's still holding the lead though, but both 6Y and UR want this win. For sure. 6Y makes a dive into turn 4. And Nico Minardi did get a great exit there. They've got to be side by side, but no! UR finds some trouble trying to get past the 2, and he's going to lose out. It's still so tight between them. Figueroa knowing his job as well is just to make sure that Kyoto doesn't get past Matimar here. Looks like the Riker Autos are teaming up together. It is the last lap now. Nico Minardi and 6Y, they're going side by side into turn 4, turn 5. Both drivers still quite close. 6Y still trying to make a move here. Will he fall into the inside? No, Nico Minardi goes into inside. That's a huge error. Oh my gosh, it lets 6Y into the lead of the race with 1 corner to go. He goes wide too, but it's not enough for UR. He will take the sprint race here in Norway. UR taking P2. Nico Minardi, with that mistake, will only get 3rd. It's actually Kato who runs into P4. That's huge for him. Kato in 5th. Figueroa and Kyoto, actually, Matimar making a few mistakes. It leads to him finishing 8th there. And then Golomi, Lololol in 9th and 10th. Emery and Pumpkin to the line. Emery will hold on to P11. And the group of 19 drivers coming to an end not too much longer. Wow. Well, that's absolute drama for VEO right at the end of the race. And that leads to 6Y getting his first win of the season. Well, second win of the season, sorry. No, third. Third win of the season, second sprint. First sprint he's won since, I believe, France. First race he's won since France, so definitely big points for SCR as they continue to climb up the order. UR in P2 will be very beneficial for him. He is still trying to, he's showing himself every once in a while. It's always nice to see him perform well. Nico Minardi, back on the field. It's an absolute agonizing end to that race, but he was controlling it for so long. It looked really good for him, and we'll hope I can see more of that in the sprint race as well. That's your top 3, Kata and Kato, the 2 main title protagonists here. And Kato is actually going to gain 2 points on Kato this race, so the gap heading into the future race will only be 7. And Matimar will lose a couple of points to both of them after finishing P8, just Figueroa and Kyoto in between those 2. Golomi in P9, then it's Lololol in P10, both decent results for them. Emery finishing 11th, Pumpkin in 12th. Then it's Bubbles, both Bobcats, 14th and 15th. You're just ahead of Vlad. Bit of a... Don't think Vlad's had a result like that in a while. That's unfortunate. He had a really terrible start. But these sprints have not been too kind to him recently. Rusky in Saucy in P16. Rusky in 7th. Then it's Kissia and Game on Goose to round us off. Well, we were expecting a bit of chaos on such a wide track, but yeah, that was a little bit different. It was after the first few laps, the top 3 just got away, and it was just smooth sailing for them. And once you have those gaps file up, it's really hard to get them back in CL.
Yeah, it's not the biggest skill gaps, although that chicane can really give a trouble to some drivers. And also very crucial recovery there from Kader to even be able to pass Cadel and get just a little bit closer to that lead
Yeah, he made
in the
up so much
standings.
time and so quickly. I'm a bit sad I wasn't able to see that on the vision, but at the end of the day, it's very important for him. And if Kata can gain even more points in the feature, he could be leading the championship at the end of the day. We can't count out Matimar as well. He did lose a few points, but really, he's only about, 14 away from the lead now, so it's definitely not over at all. There's still 5 races to go, and we're heading into our feature race qualifying right now. So, who's your call for pole?
Good question. I could see potentially Kader, even Nico Minardi, I feel like, but should be interesting this one.
Yeah, the VEO does look like a rocket ship on this track, and I think Kata is a big proponent of that. He has some pace here, but you cannot count out Matima. You cannot count out Kato. You cannot count out Yua, who is also quite quick. Getting some of our drivers in for that first lap is going to be Figueroa with a very solid banker lap, a 25.6, just 200ths ahead of Kata.
Yeah, I would say there's still some potential to improve here, so a lot can change.
Oh, definitely, but the margins are going to be quite fine on this track. It's not a very long track, and every mistake really costs you.
Vlad also in P5 currently.
Well, that was Nico Nardi shooting up to P3. Doesn't look like too many
Figueroa
people
improved, and still...
Yeah, doesn't look like too many people improved in terms of position, but Figueroa did improve in terms of lap time. A 25.45 is an absolutely solid time, and Kata behind him with 300ths back. Class of the field, those two at the moment. Figueroa will not improve. Nico Minardi will into the top 2 with his teammates, so they're going to be tied. You are shooting into P4 as well. And the title contenders besides Kata are also at sea. This is an absolute... with this qualifying as is, it's an absolute golden opportunity for Kata to really push onto Kato's lead here. But it is Figueroa on pole. Nico Minardi and Kata will be tied for second, so we'll have to see how the game organises that one. P4 is Yua, just 700ths behind the pole time. 6Y in P5, and it's his teammate Saucy in 6th. Pumpkin and Kato will fill out the 4th row, but it is Kato and Matimar tying for the same time, so we'll have to see how the game swaps out between 8th and 9th. Kato, though, will start in P10. The Bobcats tie for P11, then it is the Kit Kats behind them, Kissia ahead of Bubbles, Emery, then it's Rusky and Gorlomi also tied, and then Lololol and Game on Goose. Outside of Goose, the whole field split by just 6/10ths. Very tight qualifying, love to see it, and we'll have to see if the pace can be similar between a lot of the drivers.
Also, amazing qualifying from Kada. He has his teammate at the front as well, and Kada will certainly need to move some positions, and Mighty certainly does need an answer after his sprint results. So yeah, this is interesting.
Big opportunity there for Figueroa as well. What can he do for his teammate from P1 as well? But also, can he just deny Kata as much points as possible?
Yeah, that could be. That's also a good point there. Figueroa could certainly play some teammate tactics here.
Yeah, it's a very big issue when you've got all 3 drivers fighting for the title here, all in separate teams, and their teammates can help them out here. So, what can happen with that interaction? We'll have to see. But yeah, we are looking at 36 laps of the Arctic Circle Raceway. We are right on the grid now. It is going to be a real... it's going to be really interesting to see what drivers go for which strategies here. I think most drivers are going for the softs. Few have chosen the mediums though. I've got 2 on the mediums, 2 on the hards. But it looks like everyone is on the softs as we get underway. Figueroa, Kata, Nick Marty getting through cleanly. Kiato fighting some trouble.
Ooh, Kato.
Oh, dude. What has happened?
Kato to P4.
Kato's made a massive start. He's already fighting Saucy now for that P4. 6Y behind them. Matimar finding some trouble. Urist and Kiato diving it through the last corner.
Urist and Mati, they have to be careful there. They do not like each other that much, so
yeah, it looks like they're being...
it could potentially be spicy.
It's really
there.
tight. Saucy going really slowly there, and Urist finding some trouble on the exit of turn 5, but it is Figueroa still leading us away. The two VEOs right behind them. Kata is now fighting both Kato and Matimar, who have made massive starts to get into the top 5 now, and it's absolutely beautiful. You love to see it. Figueroa making trouble there on the inside of turn 2. Oh, turn 3, sorry.
I think Nico is not totally aware about the trailers and stuff. He kind of seems to sometimes push people off out of nowhere. Oh, but not Kata.
Yeah, and just you mentioned that, he does pull out just a bit too wide on the exit of that long left hairpin at the bottom right of the screen, and he's back into P5. But it says a lot that the title protagonists are 2, 3, and 4 at the moment. Figueroa is trying to run away with this and trying to do something for his teammate. Nick Minardi also going through into Matimar. Actually, really great move. Matimar will be on the opposite strategy to everyone around him. He is on the medium tyre. So we'll have to see how that develops. I feel like on the softs, I feel like the difference is on a 36 lap race of this, the softs really can't do a 3-stopper. A 2-stopper, sorry. The softs can't do a 2-stopper, but the mediums definitely can. The softs will have to do a 3-stopper at absolute most.
Oh
You
my
just can't
God,
stretch it that long. Dude, the two VEOs are going insane. Nick Minardi with a bad exit though. And it's really brought up the gap between Kawakata with a huge error there as well. He's lost 3 positions very, very quickly. But it is still Figueroa leading. There is a massive pack behind them though.
Reaches the front.
Vlad finding some trouble. It is like almost a 5-car pack fighting between 8th and 13th.
I think this race is turning pretty well into Kato's hands right now. He's now just with Figueroa as I think Mati is gotten further, but I believe they're kind of battling losing some time there. So Kato really has the time now to really wait and behind Figueroa, who certainly has a place as well.
Yeah, of course. But we are entering lap 7, lap 8. We're potentially looking at a few pit stops very soon as well. So we'll have to see how the strategy between them sorts out. Kata is a long way back now from the top of the field. He's actually getting chased down by Kolomi now. So Colombian driver really needs to get going here and really try to make that distance. Urist and Pumpkin behind them in 7th and 8th respectively. Saucy in 9th. Followed by Vlad, Rusky, 6Y, and Lololol. Kassir behind them, then Goose, Emery, Kiato, and UR had a really bad... No, he didn't have a bad start. He's just been the first one to pit. And we see a lot of drivers in front of him also in the pits as well. 6Y, Pumpkin, Nico Minardi also going for the hard tyres on to start lap 9. So the current order is just completely shuffled due to everyone going for those early stops. Figueroa, though, will pit from the lead. Matimar going on for another lap, but it's Kata in, Urist in. A lot of drivers, if they didn't pit last lap, they are pitting now. This pit lane is very, very long, so the undercut is very, very strong, and it really makes picking some of the harder compounds a lot more worth it.
Yeah, crucially Minardi got past Kizzy, who could have certainly cost him some time, but now he got past him and he can potentially undercut a few people, though I expect him to get caught up by his teammate to pit it for the soft tires, so yeah. Yeah,
Matimar's still going out on those mediums. He's got a decent lead.
I think he's gonna do 12 lap stints on those mediums, while the others might be doing 9 lap stints on the softs.
Yeah. But it is Kato who actually made the undercut work. He did pit on lap 9 compared to Figueroa. No. Figueroa pitted on lap 9, Kato pitted on lap 8. So Kato has the lead.
Kato he's just 3 seconds behind Mati, so one could question if if Matty's strategy will really work or not. So yeah, we might have to wait and see. But
It
he might
really,
be going to the pits now.
it really will depend on just when they pit as well, because they've really avoided a lot of the early trouble with pitting on the same time as most of the mid pack as well. Matima actually going for the hard tire.
Ooh,
He heads out just behind
maybe
Viewer, but he's in front of
maybe he
Kata.
might want some. Maybe he will want some softs in the end potentially.
He'll definitely run softs to the end with this strategy, but it's looking.
Skylar really needs to get in pass.
Oh, you are also going in as well. That'll be you going for a second stop. That is interesting.
Oh, that's quite the weird strategy there. Beating 2 times in just 30 maps. That's very, very short stints for such a pit stop time.
Yeah, it's really going to. That's why he was so low earlier. I was like, oh, what happened? And he's just made really early pit stops both times. It is still Figueroa in the lead. The best benefit he can do for his teammate, of course, is to deny Kato this win. They're both on the soft tyres, though. Kato's is a lap older. So you'd think that Kato might be going in on lap 16? Lap 17 maybe for Figo.
It'll be interesting if Cavill can go for an undercut. Although I've seen that sometimes, although this might depend who you're trying to undercut, it might not really always work that well.
That is true.
Like you get the position, but you not get away in the 16 range. They are still under sleep.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens here. Does Kato dive in? No, Figo goes in.
Oh, it's Figo. Figo is the first.
Yeah, Figo's the first to blink there. Interesting, because we are not at half distance yet. Half distance is lap 18, so... Alright, Figo makes that stop. He's going to head up behind Nico, behind Eurus, behind Matima.
Yeah, this is the risk of the undercut as well, is that he's going to be encountering some traffic here.
Yeah, and he's encountered his teammate actually. So Matima's actually been slipstreaming Eurus for most of the for most of these few laps. Eurus on those softs, but he'll have to pit quite soon. Matima will be able to run a bit longer. This is actually going to really help Matima to be able to just leech onto another slipstream, because Eurus is going to start falling away.
Oh, but now he lost the slip.
Yeah, he's also slipped here. Kata is also going to be falling away, but yeah, Kata's been struggling this this stint, and Kato now is fighting with the three of them and wants to get rid of them as quickly as possible here.
And I think Kato is already pit stop ahead. So
oh my god, Eurus hit
looking out for Kato. Oh, wrist.
So Eurus hit the wall, or hit the pit wall, and that compromised Kata's entry there before he ghosted. Oh wow.
Hitting that pit entry, I don't think it's the first time I've seen someone doing that.
After that, Eurus ends up in P14 after his stop, and that's
certainly not going to be great for him.
Yeah. Kata in P10 now, so a long way for him to go. As we are in the middle of lap 20 of 36 of this race, and wow. Figueroa has actually significantly gapped Kato after that stop. So, yeah, that's massive for him. That undercut really proving good things for him, though the issue now is that Figueroa pitting that early will need to run the softs 10 laps both times, I believe, so there's definitely a lot of time for Kato to make the difference on track. He does have a VEO beat in between them though. Nico Minardi in P2, running quite well on those hards. We'll have to stop once more, but maybe next lap. I don't think he'll stop this lap. And he's keeping Kato honest for the time being. Those hards have really benefited his race. Matima in P4 now, also on the hards. He'll still be running them for quite a bit longer, hoping to finish on the soft tyres. Actually, Nico Minardi is into the pits, so is 6Y. Nico Minardi going in for one last hard tyre, one last set of fresh hards. Where is he going to end up? Oh! ends up right with UR and Saucy. Saucy finding some trouble there, and behind them is Kata. So, yeah, Kata might actually be, like, in a really bad position, because he still needs to pit one more time.
Ooh, Kata around the outside there.
Yeah, around the outside of Saucy. He's into P6. Saucy going into the pits, so he'll have that undercut on Kata, and Golomi following him as well. So, for now, it's just damage limitation for Kata, really. Matima will be hoping to get onto the podium. And Kato, will he have the pace to take the win off Figueroa's hands? The gap is about 2 seconds at the moment. 2.5 seconds as Kato crosses the line to start lap 25. Matima in P3 just running alone on his hard tyres. Thing is that he'll have to make the difference against Nico Minardi if he wants that podium, because Nico will not be stopping. And, but yeah, Kata, you are also in that potential shout, but they might be a bit too far. They're a full pit stop behind compared to Nico. So, just might not be a chance for them there. Pumpkin, then it's Urist and 6Y. So 6Y will be running to the end, so maybe he might be an off shot for a good result here, maybe a P4, P5, because most of the drivers in front of him will be making stop. Speaking of stops, Figueroa is in.
Yeah, there was another undercut, and Kato didn't catch him, so this is looking promising.
We'll have to see if he has too much trouble in, no, he's gotten relatively free air. He's ended up about half a second behind Matima, and I think Matima will just let him through. Yeah, no problem there between the two teammates on different strategies. And Kato is...
This time should be easy for Mati to stay behind.
Oh, absolutely. Kato, though, is still going. Nico Minardi in P3, comfortably running on those hards, and it's Pumpkin at 6Y. Kata is now in for the softs, sorry. And that does mean that 6Y is going to leapfrog over everyone who didn't pit. Those hard tyres really working out for him, and it's really showing that this track can really benefit everyone going for these different strategies, of course. Matima now in. He'll be hoping to finish on the soft tyres now. But that does mean that Nico Minardi will jump into third and 6Y into P4. Pumpkin just holding onto that slipstream, perhaps pitting in the next lap. Kata and Matima side by side now on the softs. That undercut really doing wonders for Kata. And yeah, it's a straight fight for P7 as it stands. P6 and 7 as it stands between them. Pumpkin will need to pit soon though, so it will become a fight for P5 and potentially for P4 if they can get to 6Y. You are behind them in P7. That'll get elevated to P6. No, it's P7. My mistake. As Pumpkin makes a stop. Saucy behind him. Urist in 9th. Pumpkin comes out in P10. Golomi and Rusky behind him in 11th and 12th respectively. Vlad in 14th. Then it's Lololol 15th. Kiato, Bubbles, Kissia, and Game Mongoose rounding us off for the time being. But for now, Figueroa 5.5 seconds ahead of Nico Minardi, as Kato has significantly lost time with that overcut on Figueroa, and it looks like the Riker Auto will be winning this race. But the positions on the podium aren't quite decided yet. Nico Minardi still has 5 laps to try and fight off Kato on the fresh softs. It'll be quite difficult to do so though. And it looks like Kato has gotten himself through on that hairpin into P2. And right behind them though, it's 4-second gap between P3 and P4. Kata is running away on those softs. 6Y is just having to watch Matima and 6Y just... I'm having to watch Kato and Matima just run away on those soft tyres. It can't really put any fight there. 6Y trying to dive in turn 4 and it just doesn't go right for him. He loses all that slipstream, and for the last 3 laps he's going to be really struggling because he's got UR behind him on the mediums. And we'll have to see the difference between those two tyres, and if UR can make the difference and jump himself into P6. Let's go back to the lead. It's Figueroa 6 seconds ahead of the next car. Kato has just been... Kato's had the pace, I think, but Figo's strategy has been insanely strong today, and along with that, his pace has been sublime, so absolute credit to him. And he is looking at his first win. First win in a while. First win since France, actually. He won that sprint race. So both the winners at France are going to end up winning in Arctic Circle, but in the opposite way. So 6Y won the sprint here, won the feature in France, and other way round when it came to Figo.
Yeah, Nico Minardi is still keeping to third. I will at some point wonder if he will give third to Kader to make him lose less points to Kader, but I think Nico will simply also want this podium on some kind of debut, but I think Figueroa just takes the win.
Takes the win there. Kato second, Nico Minardi will take third. Then it's Kato in fourth, Matimar in fifth, so not too much points lost between those two. And it's 6Y and UR finishing 6th and 7th. Pumpkin taking the line in 8th, and it's Urist and Saucy rounding up our top 10. Rusky, Lololol, Golomi are side by side heading into the line. It's going to end up Lololol ahead of Golomi. It's Vlad, Kieto, Emery finishing, and it's Bubbles, Cassia rounding the final corner, and Game On Go still half a lap down. Well,
big drive there from Figueroa, good strategy, and you just have the pace to really...
Yeah, his pace was really strong. Even on that last lap, he was hitting a decent time. So we'll have to see how he can extend that into UL in an hour or so's time. Kato in P2, Nico Minardi third. It's a very interesting podium, that one. Kato in fourth, Matimar in fifth. So definitely some damage limitation for those two drivers, but Kato will be running away overall after this round. I'm not entirely sure of the exact points tally, but I want to say Kato now has a point lead of around 14, 15 points, with only the Hungaroring and Adelaide rounds to go. 6Y, though, decent result in P6 running that alternate strategy. Ewa in 7th, wasn't able to get him up the line. Pumpkin in 8th, and it's Urist and Saucy with the fastest lap, so an extra point for SCR. Always lovely to see. Rusky for VPT in 11th, and it's Lololol in the HRT. Golomi in 13th. Vlad, and then Kieto 14th and 15th. Emery, Bubbles, Cassia, and Game On Goose. And yeah, that is all for the Norwegian C-Prix. What an interesting round we've had, and potentially a title-defining round for Kato, but we'll have to wait and see. There is still a lot of time for everything to change as we head back to Eastern Europe one last time for this season, because we are heading to Mogorod. We are heading to the Hungaroring for round 9. See you then.